What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Wild About Nature, entertaining and educating people in wildlife. And if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, click on notifications so you don't miss anything. So today's topic on the channel is all about organizations. Everything has them, and in wildlife there are tons of them. And there are a lot of them that all of you have probably partnered with before, or at least heard of before. World Wildlife Fund, National Wildlife Federation, Wildlife Conservation Society, and Pacific Life, to name a few. Now that last one, Pacific Life, that's actually an insurance company, I think. I'm pretty sure. But as a kid, I kind of thought that it was a wildlife thing with mammals or marine life or anything, because humpback whale as the logo. Okay, that doesn't have to do anything with the video, just move on. Okay, so you get the point. Okay, so with the wildlife funds, there are tons of them out there, and of the ones I mentioned, you all pretty much know what they stand for, what they're about, or at least heard of them. But there is one organization in particular that has really been under fire the last few years, and that organization is indeed the infamous PETA. Yep, PETA. I'm sure you've heard a lot of memes about it, and PETA all over the news about controversies and everything like that. But really, what is PETA? Is it really just like some kind of other organization out there, like the WWF, or really what is it? Honestly, to me it kind of looks like Blue Bunny ice cream, honestly, or maybe some kind of animal shelter place. That's really what I thought of at first, but I looked at the website and I'm going to read their mission statement. It says, "People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, is the largest animal rights organization in the world with more than 6.5 million members and supporters. PETA focuses its attention on the 4 areas in which the largest numbers of animals suffer the most intensely for the longest periods of time: in laboratories, in the food industry, in the clothing trade, and in the entertainment industry. We also work on a variety of other issues, including the cruel killing of rodents, birds, and other animals who are often considered pests, as well as cruelty to domesticated animals. PETA works through public education, cruelty investigations, research, animal rescue, legislation, special events, celebrity involvement, and protest campaigns." So reading that mission statement, they really do have a clear explanation of what they want to be. And that is protecting animals in all sorts of ways. They don't want any animals to be killed, and they all want them to be protected, basically. And that is a really good thing. But from what I notice about this mission statement, though, is that like for killing of rodents and pests that are considered pests, and birds and all that, well, honestly, for some cases it's almost impossible to avoid that, because if you've got a bunch of rats in your house, you can't just live trap them all, and with me being a trapper myself, you just can't really do that. And what really kind of bothers me about PETA is anytime they see anybody reporting killing anything, whether including trapping or even hunting, they like get them about that. We're gonna get that to later, but that's all to it. And I'm sure you've seen all the different memes and people hating towards the group in general, and I think the biggest reason why PETA is pretty hated overall as a group is because they just take it too far. And it seems a lot of rights movements, like social justice warriors and any kind of rights movements, just really take things too far. Like, they take it too seriously. I'm sure you've heard a lot of different things about social justice warriors in the last few years and how they have done some pretty questionable things, like, and I'm not going to get into a lot of that either. You could look at it on your own time. But for animals, though, animal cruelty has definitely been dealt with a lot in the last several years, as it should be, because cruelty to animals in general, just for no reason, is definitely a problem, just like cruelty towards humans as well. But from everything I've seen of PETA, they just take things a little bit too far. I mean, take a lot of different actions, for example. And obviously you've seen some posts about PETA giving hate towards hunters and all that. Well, I mean, as you know, hunting is specifically mostly towards food. And yeah, there is trophy hunting and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, hunting's main two purposes is conservation, keeping the population of animals in check, and also for food. And I'll probably make a future video about hunting more in detail, but there's nothing wrong with hunting. And if you're just attacking hunters because you think it's cruelty, you need to do your research a little bit, PETA. Honestly, you really do. And they go and they attack everything, it looks like. They've even attacked Steve Irwin. I saw posts about them saying that Steve's career was just like hate towards animals or whatever. I didn't actually read the whole post, but I saw a snapshot about it. And PETA accusing, and they're even gone so far as saying that it's cruel to cut a sheep's wool. Now, wait a minute. A sheep's wool is like really just like cutting your hair. And do you think that going to the barber shop and getting a haircut is cruel? Yeah, I think a lot of these people on PETA honestly don't really know a lot about different animals. To be honest with you, I'm really convinced that most of them aren't even like biologists or zoologists or really have studied animals closely to really realize that you don't have to kill an animal to get its hair unless you get its pelt and its hide, which is a completely different thing, not unrelated to that. But I just think a lot of these people at PETA, the head people at PETA, just really like to start something. I really do think they're trying to make a name for themselves, and they're just going about it the wrong way. Going to people and just hating on them for hunting, fishing, or whatever is honestly really nonsense. A lot of that stuff is not good with poaching. I'm sure you're very familiar with that, and just being cruel to animals. That's why the organization was founded anyway. But it seems they're going a little bit too far to express that. I don't exactly know what their mindset with it is, but they're just going about it the wrong way. And again, reading on their mission statement, it says they're to protect cruel animals, but when you're going after people who are clearly not cruel to animals at all, then you're just going too far. I just honestly think PETA is like any of these other these social rights movements of that you have to go just so far to make sure no animals on the planet get killed. Like, everybody dies. Every animal dies. And you have to respect that. And if you're trying to fight it, then your fight is really just pointless at that point in time. And you've really just got to know what you're doing. I just think a lot of these people either don't know what they're doing, or they're just trying to go so far to prove something. Like, what are they trying to prove by accusing someone of just taking another animal's life because they want something to eat? I mean, that is no thing of all. And it is really obvious that PETA is a vegan-based organization. They don't want any animal to die at all. They don't want animals to be killed for meat, or anything else, really. They don't want them to die. They don't want them to be died because they're considered pests or anything like that. And honestly, they're just kind of beating on a dead horse at this point, because I think that the internet just perceives them as just kind of this hate group against animals, and I just kind of view it as they are legitimately trying to do something good, but they're just doing it in a wrong way. So overall, PETA, if anybody from PETA is watching this, you just need to change up your strategy, because you're not getting anywhere at all with just attacking people with really little to no evidence of going after that. Just about every time you post towards someone who's killed animals, you've made accusations about that you're going to, like, hang that person or whatever. I've seen people literally giving death threats to people who actually go hunting or trapping or poaching or whatever. I mean, I'm not here to promote poaching because that's wrong, but hunting and trapping and fishing, that's not bad. And if you're like sending hate towards those people to the point that you want them to actually get the death penalty, yeah, you're crossing the line there, PETA. So me telling you this, PETA, you got to change your strategy. Just, you can be anything you want. You could protect animals all you want to. Just realize there is a fine line with promoting it for hatred and to just get attention, to legitimately wanting to create better laws to protect animals. I mean, just go that way. Just go to Congress and just say, hey, we need to fix the animal shelters, or we need more permits for different animals over hunting. I mean, that's fine, but just do it in a non-hateful way. And will I be sponsored by PETA any? Probably not, because I'm not vegan. I mean, I'll just say that right up. I'm not vegan, and I know that there are some people from PETA who aren't, but I mean, I definitely promote hunting and trapping and farming for animals and raising animals for meat, because we need it. Our bodies need that fat to be healthy. And like, again, for vegans, I don't know where they're getting that from, and they're just trying to go long lengths. I mean, I'm not against veganism in any way either, but I'm just saying, I don't think me and PETA would work out. I mean, I don't hate PETA in any way. It's just they need to change their strategy, and until they change their strategy, I don't see me doing anything else with them. Well, I know this is kind of a different video coming from me if you've been here for a little while, and if you haven't been here before, I do a lot of these videos of really going out in nature and educating. Sometimes I just have videos where I sit down and talk about certain issues in wildlife or conservation. My previous video was Australia fires. I discussed briefly about how the fires have impacted Australia and how to help. If you want to watch that video, you can click in the description if you want to. And if you want to see any of my other videos, I post everything from trail camera, telling the difference between certain animals, and everything else. And there'll be a lot more on the way, I promise you that. So until next time, I am Carson. Be sure to keep watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one. So long, guys.